All right, now let's take a look at what's happening on the AFEX Commodity Exchange. Well, it's mostly green on the commodity market summary. Let's get the details now from Sulaiman, the financial market analyst with AFEX. Great to have you on the program.
Good morning, Ladi.
Morning. Give us a rundown of activities on the exchange for the week ended.
Yeah, over the past week, activities on the exchange was witnessed a significant tick, with the total turnover returning going up by 9.45 times from 1.03 billion in the previous week to 9.83 billion naira for the week under review. The total volume traded on the exchange also witnessed the same sentiment as it rose 13.11 times from 3.1 million contracts in the previous week to about 40.8 million contracts in the week under review. However, the number of deals traded on the exchange reduced from 488 deals in the previous week to 425 deals in the past week, representing a 12.91% downturn. The AFEX Commodity Index, the ACI, which comprises of maize, soybean, paddy rice, and sorghum, closed the week in the red by 4.15%, going from 492.47 points to 472.04 points. The AFEX Export Index, the AEI, which comprises of cocoa and ginger, also declined marginally by 0.18%, moving from 191.58 points to 191.24 points in the concluded week. So breaking down the individual contract traded on the exchange, the volume of sorghum traded increased considerably over the week, going from 454,000 to approximately 3.5 million contract traded. Maize also witnessed the same sentiment, while paddy rice and soybean witnessed significant uptick also. However, sorghum, cocoa, and cashew witnessed decreases in volume traded. In terms of price performance of individual commodities, sorghum rose by 0.27% during the week under review, representing a 74 kobo price increase to close the week at 288.26 naira. Sesame rounded up the list of gainers in the week under review, returning a 38.01 price increase, representing a 211 naira 20 kobo increase to close the week at 766 naira 83 kobo. Maize price on the exchange, however, witnessed a downturn of 14.41% to close the week under review at 225 naira 62 kobo. Paddy rice also closed the week in the red, falling by 1.21% to close the week at 243.95 naira. Ginger, soybean, cocoa, and cashew nut all closed the week flat, maintaining the same price levels from the previous week. Do not forget to follow us at afexnigeria.com on our various social media platforms for more updates. You can also check our website at africanexchange.com. Thank you, Daddy.
All right, not a bad outing there. Thank you so much, Sulaiman, financial market analyst with AFEX. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, now let's take the conversation forward now, looking at two groups in the agricultural value chain in Nigeria. That's the smallholder farmers and the processors. We have, how can we get these activities between the two more efficient? To have this conversation, we have Tolu Owolabi, National Sales Manager at AFEX, join us right here from our Abuja studio. Great to have you.
Thank you. Hi, Ladi. Good morning. Great to
have you. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, thank you for having me. well, talk us through operations between, smallholder farmers and processors and the importance of local trade in Nigeria.
Thank you, Ladi, again. I would say that the importance of local trade in Nigeria today will be one, food availability within the country, not just for commercial, not just for human consumption, but I mean for also processors as well. But I'll also say it helps to protect us against international risk, right? Like we've seen with the Russia-Ukraine issue this year, prices of some commodities that we have to import into the country, like wheat, have gone up astronomically. I would also say that local trade would help to increase our productivity and production as a nation. But most importantly is the fact that it will also keep our domestic funds in-house and reduce the outflow of domestic funds that would obviously happen through importation.
Right, and what would you say are the challenges to local trade here?
I would say that one will be infrastructure challenges, right? And these would include good road networks as well as proper warehousing systems and storage facilities because of the logistics that takes these commodities to move from one area to the other, especially because most of your farmers are located in very deep areas, deep villages around the country. I would also say access to adequate financing, because obviously you need financing to be able to trade properly. Without proper financing, that will create some form of challenges. I'd also say lack of proper standardization, right, of processes and commodities across. And I would say that farmer knowledge, right, that probably needs to improve in order for us to even have enough commodities to be able to trade. I mean, you have to have commodities to trade properly would be some of the challenges I'd say are facing us right now.
Quite a number of challenges there. And I know AFEX, you guys have your hands full, but what are the key ways that AFEX can ensure effective trade from the rural communities to big buyers and multinational?
So one of the things we're doing today is using technology to improve market fragmentation. Some of the other things we're doing today is also introducing products that can help both the smallholder farmers as well as traders and partners get access to adequate finance to be able to trade. We're also doing certification for some of our farmers. We're also trying to train and develop our farmers properly. But we're also putting infrastructure. We also have put infrastructure and will continue to do so in place. And I'm talking storage right now. We have about 130 plus warehouses across over 26 states of the country. And the idea of this is that farmers don't have to travel long distances to be able to bring in the commodities. And this obviously would help to ensure that you don't have so much defects before and protect the quality before it gets to the warehouse. Last but not the least is also our standardization and grading process, which we pay very strict attention to at the warehouse and the proper warehousing system.
How do we ensure the quality of grains, to strengthen both local trade and also promote export?
So I would say one of that, like I earlier said, that we currently do is certification of farmers. This is very important. But secondly, and very key, would also be that there has to be a standardization of processes across major stakeholders that play in this field, just having the same process and the same conversation, ensuring that things are done in the right standard would help, and that would even probably go a long way to reduce export losses that we currently face today as a nation.
But is there a difference between, promoting local trade and food protectionism?
Yeah, there's a slight difference. So when you try to promote food, the idea of promoting food trade locally is to ensure that, one, you have increased productivity within your country as a whole. I mean, if you don't have enough, you clearly cannot even take outside of the country. But on the other hand, the securitization is also ensuring that, one, you want to make sure that in the event that there's any issue or challenge from other countries, you are protected in the sense that you are not you're not vulnerable to those commodities that you would otherwise have had to get in from outside of your own local production as a country. And that just helps to protect even the processors who probably have leaned very heavily on some of these imported commodities as well.
Right, so very interesting times right now with food security being the major conversation globally at this point with the war in Ukraine and all of that. But I guess we have to also find a way to secure food right here in Nigeria. Thank you so much, Tolu Owolabi, National Sales Manager at AFEX. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
You too.
Take care.
All right, we'll take a